Hey everyone, welcome to the Broken Shifter podcast, end of season awards. I'm Hurd.
I'm Carbon.
I'm Caboose.
I'm Amp.
And we're
We
gonna
have
go
the
through.
best ever cold opening.
We're gonna go through a list of our end of season awards, not based on anything from ESPN or Fox or anything like that. These
Screw
are our
the
awards
man,
from watching the
man.
races throughout the year. All right, so we're gonna start off with best driver, and our nominees for best driver of the year: Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, or Kyle Larson, who all had good seasons.
I
Carbon?
don't even think we need to dwell on this for very long. I think the best driver should definitely go to the one who won the championship and dominated the stages and the races. Most wins, I think.
Say his name.
Yep. Stage winner,
Why don't you say?
DJ.
Caboose?
Yeah.
We are very professional here and organized.
Yeah. You realize
I
you're
don't even
supposed
know
to
what
vote
the
for
fuck he
somebody.
said. All I heard was Caboose after I said who we all agree is the best driver.
Amp, do you have any
Well,
differing
fucking-
opinions?
Nah.
All right.
It's obvious
Okay.
it'd have to be
Martin
empty.
Truex Jr.'s win. If Martin Truex Jr. is going to win. Obviously, two people aren't here for the podcast.
I said who, you schmuck. Play that beautiful.
Hey, I said my
footage.
2 cents, damn it.
All right, so then we'll move on to most improved driver. I've got Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Kyle Larson. And Justin wanted to put in Eric Jones as well.
Debatably, yeah, because he did improve
right.
throughout the season.
So what's your
Chase,
vote?
he's gotten up there. I think I'd have to go. I think I'd have to go with Chase Elliott because Kyle Larson was really screwing up his engine at the end. Ricky basically just had the 2 Daytona wins, and he placed pretty well in a few other races, but he didn't do anything too crazy. So I have to say Chase.
Caboose?
I say Larson. He just needs to learn how to not blow up a motor. Other than that, he drives his freaking ass off.
Amp?
Chase. I mean, after coming, home second so many damn times, he decided to finally nut up, and if he has to, he'll use the chrome horn on him.
All right, my vote's going for Kyle Larson because going from 1 win to 4 wins, adding more top 5s, more top 10s, and Stenhouse got the 2 wins, but for the rest of the year, not much. Chase was good the year before.
And an even worse
he did
offseason
improve.
for Ricky.
Yeah,
He can even blow up
No
a
more
fucking
girlfriend.
Toyota motor. Oh, you said Ricky. I thought you said Larson.
so
No, Ricky.
for most improved driver, it's between Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, and I don't think we're going to be able to come off of that split. So,
Don't get me wrong, Chase
both
was
drivers
good,
get the
but
award.
Just Larson had it going until
So we have
yeah.
a dual
he,
award here.
He was dominant a lot. Yep.
And if
Congratulations
he
to
felt like
those
it,
two
he
drivers.
could've yep. And if he felt like it, he could have competed for the win at Homestead.
Right. He does need to learn how to preserve his cars, though. Okay. So
Don't worry, we'll treat
the
it like
list I
a
have
divorce, cut it
for-
down the middle, and send it out.
For most underwhelming driver of the year, Kyle Larson comes in there, I'm sure, because of the end of the season, and really blowing it, literally. Casey Kane, Jimmy Johnson, Joey Logano, and I also want to throw Dale Earnhardt Jr. in there. Carbon?
Oh man, this one's a little tougher. 'Cause let's see. Kyle Larson was the most underwhelming in the playoffs, but I wouldn't say the whole season. Casey, I don't know. I didn't really expect anything out of him because I didn't know him that well at the beginning of the season, or know how well he's done. Apparently, he hasn't done very well over the last few years. But he was in really good equipment, and he failed to do much except for the Indy win.
And at that
Jimmy.
point, it was just survive.
Yeah. Jimmy, he kind of had a good go at the beginning and then fell off just like he does every summer. And did not return much in the playoffs. I don't think he won anything in the playoffs, did he? And then Logano,
Nope.
I
he was
think he
pretty
got
much just
one.
absent most of the
Didn't
year,
he?
except for back in the beginning of the season.
Jimmy won 2 at the
Johnson
beginning
win?
of the year. That was it.
No, then I think he also
What about
won.
Dale
at
Jr.?
Dover and somewhere else.
I thought he also won in the chase to transfer, but then he couldn't do it the next round. Something like that.
I don't think so.
I don't
And
remember. It's
then
possible. though.
Dale, he was a very hyped up driver for his final season and everything, and he never
Just
made it to
disappointing.
never really made it to the front except for at Talladega.
So who's your vote for?
Let's say Joey. I think Logano. Dale, it's
All right.
his last season. You kind of hope he gets a win, but you don't exactly expect it, especially with the bad luck he's had. It wasn't really necessarily all him. It was a lot, just his car was falling apart a lot. So I'm going to go Logano.
Caboose.
My vote's going to be Jimmy. Usually when it comes playoff time or chase time or whatever the hell you want to call it, he usually shows up to play, and the fact that the crew chief went, we just need to survive, that's not something of a 7-time winner. Championship winner.
Amp.
Yeah, I'm also with Caboose there with Jimmy. I don't know. You expect a lot out of someone for a 7-time champion. Usually, he's quiet during the beginning of the season and comes alive at the end, but it was quite fact the opposite this year.
Yeah, I'm going with Jimmy as well, just because you expect the chase is catered to him very well. Great tracks for him, and he struggled. Hendrick struggled in general, except for Chase Elliott for most of the year, except at the beginning when Jimmy won back-to-back races. So we'll move on. We'll call that Jimmy Johnson for most underwhelming driver. And we'll move on to best race, where we had Indianapolis,
Biggest incident.
which turned... Oh, biggest incident. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. I may have skipped one there. All right. So, biggest incident was Eric Almirola's crash at Kansas that involved Danica taking what looked to be the hardest hit. Unfortunately, Almirola wound up with broken back. The ambulance stopping in front of pit road, causing cars to run into each other and severely altering chase implications. Which was just, I don't know what they were thinking. And the Hamlin wrecking Chase Elliott at Martinsville. And blatantly, everybody knows he did it on purpose. So, Carbon, I'll let you take your pick on that one.
Alrighty, so we got the ambulance crash, which was stupidity. Amarella's crash was crazy and scary, and Hamlin's crash was a jackass move. So I don't think anything can beat with the Amarella's though. Nothing can compare to that. That was just insane. And I think it was the only moment of the entire season where everybody was sitting there going, "Is he okay? Is he okay? Is he okay?" Every other crash pretty much was kind of almost immediately you knew they were fine. So I'm going to say Amarella's.
I'm going to have to agree with MRL. That's the first time we've had a driver get knocked out of the season for a little bit due to injury in a while.
Amp?
I'm split between Amarola's. Yes, that was the most, hushed, almost to the extent of when Austin Dillon hit the catch fence. But the most memorable that's going to be used in all the NBC clips for years to come is going to be the Chase and Hamlin incident at Martinsville.
That did start up a
So
fiery
which
war.
one's your choice?
I'll go...
Can I also bring up an honorable mention? Oh,
Sure.
sorry, I thought you were done.
No, go ahead. Gives me more time.
Truex taking out Kyle Busch at Indy. That son of a bitch
Fair
got
enough.
on fire.
That was a big one considering the top two drivers of that entire race were taken out. And then it was pretty much anyone's game.
Yeah. Well, it was Kyle Busch's decision to try and race him hard instead of falling in line.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And we
I'm
got
going to
that
go with
iconic meme
Eric
of JGR
Almirola's.
standing up there in a or not GGR.
Insert photo
Joe
here.
standing up there.
I'm going to go with Eric Almirola's crash at Kansas is probably the biggest incident because, like you said, we were all sitting here like speechless.
Yeah. Amp, did you pick one?
No, mine's just going to be with the Hamlin and Elliott incident.
Okay, so the Almirola crash, biggest incident of the year, 3-1. Best race of the year, Indianapolis, which was fun to watch and an absolute disaster near the end, but wound up being a real fun race to watch. It was the most intriguing race in the first half of the season or so. It was more intriguing than Martinsville in the spring to me, which was a great race. We had Phoenix, which I think we can talk about the fact that Chase got his payback on Hamlin, which was awesome. Almost won his first race, and Kenseth got him right at the end to win right before his retirement. And then the Martinsville races
He's not
were both
retired,
great.
He's stepping away.
Whatever.
He's semi-retired.
All right, so and both Martinsville races were great. I'll let honorable mention to the plate tracks because they were pretty good all
Oh
year.
God, that
Tore up a lot of
Talladega.
race cars this year.
Fall Talladega.
So Carbon, what's your pick?
I'm gonna have to go with Martinsville. I don't know which one to be honest, because they're kind of meshed together a little bit now. But they both had awesome racing, awesome finishes. And one of them we saw Stenhouse and what we've dubbed Stenhousing.
Put the move to Kyle Busch.
And then in this recent race, the fall one, we had the whole Hamlin Chase incident, and then followed up with the crazy ending that happened. So, yeah, I'm going to have to give it to Martinsville. Best track of the year for sure.
Yeah, track of the year. No shit. All right, Caboose.
First Martinsville race, seeing Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Nudge Kyle Busch out of the way, and then Kyle Busch basically shitting his pants in anger. It was just too deep.
It was very reminiscent of the Kenseth Logano thing. So,
Good times.
only this one was legal.
Amp.
Mine's got to be the fall fall Martinsville race. Nothing better than seeing some drama, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. See, I want to pick Phoenix because of the way things played out over the end of the race, but the beginning of the race wasn't really anything special, so I'm going to go with the fall Martinsville race as well.
Phoenix was a good race because the whole race, it was actually fun to watch. The ending was insane considering, while I have nothing against Kenseth. I don't like JGR, but I have nothing against Kenseth. It was awesome to see him get his last win right before the whole incident that happened with him being let go. But
The Martinsville fall race, we're
Martinsville's just so much
pretty
fun to
good with that. We'll just give it to Martinsville in general.
Yeah.
But I
Martinsville,
think
track
we
of the
are
year.
real winners here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swap
We'll
my
call
batteries
it
out real quick.
best track of the year. The worst race. Indy because of the crazy freaking wrecks. Even though
Also
it was a
boring.
fun race to watch. New Hampshire,
First
the
half.
fall race. All right, that's New Hampshire, the fall race. Or Charlotte, both times. Carbon.
Let's see. Indy was up there because while it was great to watch, it was a terrible race itself. The whole first two stages sucked. It was boring until the whole Kyle Busch Truex incident. Charlotte, I think I would have to choose both races because they were just both extremely boring. Nothing. I don't even remember anything that happened in them apart from just being bored out of my mind the whole thing. So I'm gonna have to go Charlotte.
Caboose.
I'm going to go with both New Hampshire races because basically nothing happened in those except for maybe one big incident during the second New Hampshire. Fucking nothing happened. The redeeming quality of the Charlotte races is that second Charlotte race, Kyle Busch ate shit. First Charlotte race, Kyle Busch ate shit by not getting the win and Austin Dillon getting his win. And
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah. The first one was
And
when he
Indy.
was when Austin Dillon got there for off fuel. Jimmy almost had another win there, but he ran out of fuel. And then the second one was when Kyle Busch overheated or whatever too. He also they had him lying out in the grass or whatever at the end of the race.
Second one,
Fall
Kyle
one.
Busch got into the wall a little bit, caused a lot of exhaust gases getting into the car and made the car overheat.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the race, he was just kaput. I don't like seeing a driver get sick, but I like seeing Kyle Busch get taken out.
Don't need to break his legs again. We don't need to make him inhale a bunch of exhaust fumes, but crash the car.
Amp, your pick?
New Hampshire fall race. Usually the New Hampshire races are not that much fun to watch. It's usually just a one groove track. Plus, we also had a fire on the wall. Wasn't that?
That was Phoenix.
That was
No, that was Phoenix. Never mind. But still, it's
two
New Hampshire for me.
Actually.
I think that was AJ's, or was that Chris Buescher's car?
Buescher.
Something flew off
It was
one of their
Buescher.
cars and went inside the. I was gonna put that in the biggest incident, honorable nominee kind of thing, but I forgot to.
All right, my vote's for both Charlotte races because it was unbearable to watch cars run around a single file line the whole damn race. Absolutely nothing happened.
Oh,
This is
wait, we
boring.
forgot to mention Texas.
Wasn't much better.
I don't even remember Texas.
I'm
so
still
I guess
voting
maybe
for
that one's
Charlotte
up there
because-
too as an honorable nominee. So,
Because we
Yeah,
only
I'm
talked
going
about
with Charlotte
one
because
lane.
they were both bad. They
so
were
it
both
sounds like
bad.
it's a tie between Charlotte and New Hampshire then,
Yep.
which I think is a very fitting
Yeah.
actually award to this one, considering they both were probably the worst 4 races of the season. With
Yeah,
Texas being up there
they
as
weren't
well,
good.
But
And now for the 28 season, we lost one New Hampshire race to game one Las Vegas race.
And we also gained a Charlotte road track.
Yep. So we lost one Charlotte race and gained another Charlotte race, essentially.
Yep, one that should be better.
Oh, I thought
Although
that.
that
hopefully,
road
we'll see,
course
I
is
guess.
very weird.
I didn't know that it was going to be in the 18th season. I thought it was 19th season.
Sonoma was good, but
Maybe it's starting next year.
Watkins Glen was a little
This year.
lackluster.
Yeah, mine was a little lackluster.
Biggest announcement of the year. I think we're all probably going to be in the same boat on this one. Dale Jr. retirement, Kenseth being let go from JGR, or Stewart getting married.
I had to throw that one.
For me, it's a tie between Dale and Tony, my two favorite drivers, and no one sure as fuck saw Tony getting married.
That's why I threw it in there. Throw a curveball.
Amp, I'm sorry, I
are-
don't know the breaking point on this track. It's been too damn long.
Breaking the fourth wall.
I don't care.
Did he hit the wall too? Is that also?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we're eating shit right now. We're at Bristol. We're only on lap 2, and I'm already around.
Anyways.
All right, so I would say
Justin?
back to the biggest announcement. Yeah, Dale Jr.'s kind of doesn't nothing else really holds a I don't know what the terminology I was going to use there. Holds a torch to it, whatever it is. Whatever the
Holds a
saying is.
candle.
Candle to it.
Yeah, holds a candle to it.
Campbell's-
Kenseth being let go was definitely a shock, but
good.
not really too surprising at the same time. Because of his sponsor issues. And then, yeah, Tony Stewart getting married. That's off-season stuff, but, still funny. But, yeah, I'd say Dale Jr. retiring.
Pick one.
I just said it.
He did.
Dale Jr.
All right, Amp.
Sorry if I'm rambling.
Mine's got
Dale
it.
Jr. having a kid.
Yeah, both Junior's retirement announcement and the fact that he's actually having a kid would both be mine. I mean, you had to see Kenseth leaving at some point, not just because of his age, but you know that they wanted Jones to get into one of their cars, and they weren't going to get rid of any of their other drivers.
All right, my vote's for Junior retiring. Biggest announcement of the year, and it lasted the whole year. Everybody was talking about it all year more than anything else. So,
Also, to add on to it, the fact that he's also getting an NBC booth job.
yep.
So.
Booth job.
And will be the Grand Marshal for the Daytona 500.
Booth job.
And I'm putting my vote for Tony Stewart. What Dale
All right,
Jr.
so the
second.
winner of Biggest announcement of the year goes to Dale Jr.
The person who never won a race this year.
That's
He wins
right.
this award, though.
Most unforgettable moment of the year. All right, let me try that again. Most unforgettable moment of the year. Dale Jr. running his final race. Truex beating Kyle Busch for the championship. Or the whole Hamlin-Chase Elliott incident at Martinsville and Phoenix. And which I guess Kenseth winning his second to last race was at Phoenix after that whole incident. With Chase trying to outrun him. Or the Almirola crash at Kansas.
So we got 5 options here. Well, I'm going to roll out the Amarillo one just off the top right now because we've already given that the biggest incident. So it was a very unforgettable moment, but let's see. So Dale running his final race, that was a good one. Definitely, like that whole end scene, or the beginning of the race when he's driving down the pit road and everybody's out there was just awesome to see, especially in his original car.
Mm-hmm.
Truex holding off Kyle Busch for the championship win. That one was really good. I don't think it lasts towards Dale's final race though. And the rest of them are like Hamlin with the Elliott or with the whole Elliott incident. That one's gonna, I think, last a few years. I think that might start a little rivalry between them that will last, and that is kind of the kickstart moment right there. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Hamlin crashing into Elliott because that kickstarted the
Caboose.
whole thing.
Memorable moment. I'm gonna have to go with Chase and Hamlin. I hope that does kickstart a rival because that's something that we're missing in NASCAR. Everyone's become too buddy.
Yeah, except Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch.
That'll never end.
More like Brad Keselowski and everyone.
And Kyle Busch and everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amp.
Mine's got to be Junior's last ride.
Okay. And I'm going to go with the Hamlin crashing Chase and then him getting revenge when it mattered most to Hamlin. That is going to be a story to talk about for years to come.
That one
Because
kickstarts an
Hamlin
era.
fucked Chase. Mm-hmm.
The
He
Dale
got his
and
payback.
Kenseth one kind of ended an era. So.
Right. There's a whole new NASCAR next year.
Oh yeah.
Let's go down to...
Dale's last race will always be in our hearts somewhere.
All right, let's get to best rookie. This one should be fairly simple. We got Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez. Carbon?
I gotta go with Eric Jones. I mean, Suarez did something amazing. He managed to lose his sponsor just by handing out, what was it, donuts?
Donuts. Yeah.
And lose his sponsor to Subway somehow. Those ones didn't really add up. I think Subway was just looking for a way out. But
Yeah.
Eric Jones did really well all season.
Suarez
good start for a
showed
rookie.
signs of being good.
Yeah, he shows promise.
All right.
Who is it? That's
And he
moving to
should
the
be better
77?
next year.
Or not the 77, but Eric Jones is
The
moving
20.
to JGR, right?
Yeah, he's going to
from
20.
77 to 20.
To JGR. Yeah, there we go. So he's getting
Caboose.
a really good ride. So he definitely wins that one.
I'm gonna go with that Jones boy.
Okay. Amp.
I'm just going to join in on the bandwagon. I'll go with Eric Jones.
I'm there too. Eric Jones. He won Rookie of the Year, so he must have been the best rookie. But Suarez
that our
does
only
show a lot of promise.
Unanimous decisions? Apart from Detroit.
Well, I mean, it was also a lackluster
Oh.
year for rookies, honestly. It wasn't like...
There weren't that many of them, though.
Yeah, there weren't many of them, and the good ones were all in JGR equipment of some sort.
Next year, this next season, we have a lot of rookies.
Should.
Got 2 alone.
Anyways,
and, Hendrick, so.
Carbon wanted to discuss some of the changes that are coming to the podcast next year. You'll notice a different logo, I know that much, but there'll be a little bit different, so I'm going to let him go ahead and talk about that.
We're not gonna reveal too many details just yet. You'll see them. I don't know if we're gonna have a few features added, little things that'll be really short and simple things that just kind of spruce up the channel a little bit, spruce up the videos. The logo, which we can unveil now, I guess. We'll show it on screen. And yeah, Caboose has a few things he wants to do.
Gave you
Any
a
other
little
ideas
snippet earlier.
Herden
See
or
if
Amp
anyone
want to
caught it.
add in? I don't know. We haven't discussed those yet, but so we'll be making a few changes, make it look a little nicer, more professional looking. Which doesn't work for us, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's a
We're not
shit
professionals.
fest.
Professionalism.
We're just gonna polish a turd. It's still a
Yep.
turd, but it's gonna be a nice turd. This will be the
All right,
best
well,
damn
that's-
turd on
that's,
this side of Mississippi.
Are you done rambling, Caboose?
He's never done
Never.
rambling.
You know me,
All
I'm
right.
never done rambling.
And here he goes again. All right, well, if nobody else has anything to say, that's the last one for the 2017 season, even though it's 2018, and we'll be back for pre-Daytona in a few weeks.
Speed weeks.
And I'm Herden.
I'm Carbon.
I'm Caboose.
Amp.
And we'll see you at Daytona.
Fine, Dewey.
Even over at Charlotte. Damn it, I'm going to fucking...
I was waiting for that.
You with that and Justin is fucking booyah. Herden just being Herden.